Guys out here, and when it's your turn to go, be ready at that start cone. Don't make those judges wait. There's going to be somebody working at the gate, and they're going to give you plenty of notice. You'll know, what order you're going in and whatnot. Be organized. Be at that start cone. Be ready to go. I would imagine the judges are probably going to be up there in the stands where you guys are sitting, and they're going to have a flag. When they wave the flag, go ahead and start your pattern. So the small fry pattern starts with an extended walk. Does not matter what side of the cone you start on. That's just a marker there to get that horse in there ready for the judges. You're going to start at the extended walk, extend the walk around the corner. And I would, suggest that you kind of plan this out, have markers in the arena where you're going to do your transitions. Now you're going to go ahead and pick up your trot. I like to see a horse that stays off the rail a little bit, just kind of shows that horse guides really well. Down here, you're going to pick up your extended trot. Use your arena. You've got all this room out here. Use that space to show your horse. Extend trot around this corner. Then you're going to come back to your regular trot. Anywhere in that area, Cole, it was a little late coming back. You can come back a little earlier in that and it would be fine. Going to trot around the corner. Get straight with those logs, break to your walk. Walk over your logs, and then you're going to pick your trot up again. Trot around the corner. I would suggest, and staying up away from that in gate just a little bit, and remember you're going to have another horse at that start cone waiting too, so stay up away from that. You're going to stop and back. And anything that I say, if you guys are here with a horse trainer, start the same way. We're going to start at the extended walk. I would suggest finding something on that end of the pen that, you're going to turn and go towards, and a point that you can look at. Somewhere around that Bank of America, he's going to pick up his trot. And then we'll use the Justin sign again. He's going to go ahead and lope off. Now before center of the pen, he's going to extend his lope. Now remember, the judges are going to be sitting up here, so stay off the rail. Now he's going to collect, break to the walk, stop there for just 1 second, Cole. So I'm just going to pause for just a second. The judges need to be able to see your horse, right? So I would suggest staying off of that rail a good ways, even maybe a little further than what Cole did, because they're going to be sitting up here, and if you're right on that rail, don't make them guess. Stay out here where they can really see your horse and give you a fair score. If you're over on the rail and they can't see you, they can't judge you, okay? And there's a whole lot happening in a short distance right here. The higher degree of difficulty is going to be extend that lope a little further, get a good collected, get down to your walk, and stop, kind of like Cole did it. Now, if you're not as comfortable and you think that's going to be a problem, maybe shorten it up, maybe, start that collection just a little bit earlier, But that totally depends on you, your horse, the training level, and what your trainer tells you to do. Do what your trainer tells you to do. So from here, we're going to do a 180 either direction and trot off. We're going to trot back up somewhere in this area, and we're going to lope off. Now, I would use the whole end of the pen there. This part of the pattern is where I see the most mistakes, like we were saying before. Cole needs to stay at least halfway between the logs and that end of the arena. Come across, get straight, break to the extended trot. Now when you break to the extended trot, it's still a straight line, okay? Stay straight all the way over, come around, break to your walk. Walk across your poles, then pick right the trot right back up. Trot back around. Now this pattern you're going to trot almost all the way across the arena, stop and back. And like Cole did right there, you know, he didn't stop and back down there by that end gate. To me, those horses just kind of, they think the pattern's done, they want out. You know, it just rides much better if you stay up away from that end gate a little bit personally. But do you guys have any questions? Extend the walk. And if you're doing both of these patterns, the level 1 and the rookie, you better study because they're very similar but different. Extend the walk around. You're going to pick up your trot. He used that Bank of America sign again, that would be fine. Somewhere around that Justin sign, he's going to pick up his extended trot up around the corner using the whole end of the arena. Same thing here, you want to stay off of that rail where that judge can see you so he can give you a fair score. Don't make them guess. Pick up your lope, you're going to lope down here and then break to the walk. Good. Stop, and we're going to do 1.5 spins. And we're going to lope right off. We're going to lope up somewhere in this area and extend the lope. Find that same line that we were on. As soon as we get straight, we're going to break to the extended trot. Staying straight across there. See how good that rides when you stay straight? Extend trot around, get straight, and we're going to break to the walk. Walk over your poles, pick your trot back up. And just like the last pattern, we're going to trot about 3/4 of the way across the arena. Stop and back.